Any progress? We are good? Okay. Quickly send the link. Send the link while we work on it. The saints are anxious. Are we good? Are we ready? Are we good? Please send the link to the family page now and tell them to share the link. And then you send a message that's for voice questions, for voice feedback. They should send that one directly to you so you can play their questions out to the microphone for me to hear. Quickly, please. All right, please share your line. Tell them to send direct message to your line so that I can get started. All right, good evening, saints. It's good to have you back in worship this evening. I wanted to advance, like I said, I wanted to advance on the life of service, but to get our feedback, then advance on it. But I think there is a burden in my heart for us to onboarding about the prevailing situation in Nigeria and how it affects believers, your concern with the response of leadership, your concern with delay in intervention, such as should the church even be praying about like deliverance of kidnapped victims of victims of kidnappings and terrorist attack? Does God answer prayers, national prayers like deliverance? Tonight, Brother Alex led a prayer that God is a God of judgment, that his judgment should descend on the kidnappers, the terrorists. Are those prayers biblical? Those prayers, how come we have not seen answers to them? Are they not vain prayers that the church has been making over the years? Declaration from the pulpit about judgment and all that we have not seen the impact for many years in Nigeria. So that's what I want us to discuss tonight. I want us to onboard in. If you have doubt, if you have questions, if you have displeasure, disaffection with the church, what the interference of the church or lack of interference of the church, anything that you have that is kind of disturbing your faith life that may unsettle you. I want us to talk about them tonight. So if you are online, participating online, you can send your questions, you can write it. If you are doing voice, kindly send your voice question to a dedicated line and it will be played out here. For those of us who are here, the mic is open and let's get started.
Hello. Good evening, church.
Good evening, Brother Bode.
Good evening, PSB. Thank you for the opportunity, sir. Okay, PSB, I might not necessarily be talking about national issues at the moment, but I just want to say something that is more pressing to me personally, and I also feel some ways more pressing to the young people too.
Move away from the mic, the fan.
PSB.
Yeah.
I would say for myself, and I think likely for some young people, we are under so much pressure. Myself also. We are under so much pressure such that I'm putting in my best, putting in my efforts to get things done, to achieve some certain things. But it seems all the effort and everything you're trying several businesses, trying several ideas, learning one thing or the other, and seem to be failing in so many things. Yet, already the country has put us in a place where we disadvantaged already. It has already put us in a place where we're disadvantaged. And we want to make progress. As believers, we want to move forward. Some of us want to settle down. Some of us not necessarily settle down, but basic things we can sort for ourselves. As some of us are even approaching 35, 40. We are not far from that age. But the basic things, we can't sort for ourselves. We're praying, trusting God, fasting, giving, and you look as if prayers are not answered. So many things are happening, PSB. So many things are happening, especially to the younger people. Some of us, we've done things for over 7-5 years now. But we seem to be within a circle. We are not making progress, we are not moving forward. Some of us cannot even say want to settle down, want to get married. Yes, but I don't know if you understand beyond what I'm actually explaining. So much in my heart. And we're serving God. We are serving in the church. We are not saying we are trying to use God as a means to get our prayers answered. No. But PSB, in turn, we think we are burdened. Sometimes we can be depressed. Some of my friends are. We can be depressed. We don't feel like coming to church. Sometimes. So I don't know, PSB, how do you handle such pressure, so much pressure in the life of a believer, even as a Nigerian?
All right, thank you. First and foremost, the teaching I did about the welfare of believers. Again, the reason why I like to have this kind of session is to drive home certain realities. I like when I teach for it to be internalized, because the teachings, I'm not boasting. The teachings are inspired and they are strategic. So I like for it to be taken. I believe that if they are taken, some problems will be solved. Then we can now move on. So the teaching on 4 facts about the believer's welfare. I stress that primarily, number one factor that determines the welfare of a believer is the society where you find yourself. And if this is not something that we accept, we'll continue to struggle and, blame ourselves, condemn ourselves, and all of that. Overwork ourselves. This cannot be downplayed. It cannot be overemphasized. A people can really prosper beyond the system that they find themselves. And so because you are in a failed country, you will bear the consequence of that failure. Many people are depressed, especially young people. Because this evil, the prevailing system in the land, affects the youth the most. These guys who are destroying the country, they have few years to spend. And they had certain leverage. They had certain advantages in their own time. The things you are now struggling with, things that are stressing you, I did not stress them at all. And so they had certain advantage, they had certain leverage, and today they have removed all those levers. So young people are struggling, they are overburdened. And this is causing depression and all that, or what have you. And the place where I thank God that you are a mature believer, but you mentioned these things. I, by the grace of God, I'm not a type of preacher that who will tell believers to deploy spiritual tools where I know that this is about system. Even if I'm going to ask you to push, you'll be pushing bearing in mind that this is as a result of systemic failure. So you know I've been saying that word for years. Your problem is not caused by God. Some of you, if you find yourself in, say, Japan or South Korea, US, in the next 24 hours, all right, your life will just turn around. Not because you have prayed harder, not because you have worked harder, but just because now you are in another system that reward effort, that reward even your presence being in that place. I shared with my wife after one that I mentioned in church, a day after, a Nigerian who is in Portugal, that's where Pastor Elisha resides with the family, who is a Nigerian in Portugal. She said she went to the hospital, and when they examined her, they discovered that she was pregnant. And then they gave her a card, I think Bono, the card there, Bono. She was wondering, what is this Bono for? That from the moment it was confirmed that she was pregnant, she's entitled to certain financial benefits every month that the government will be giving to her for being pregnant. And Nigerians also like, what? Portugal. You know, I mentioned to you how much they collect per month every child. As long as you are in that country, every child per month till you turn 18. At least 250 euro every month. As long as you are a child. Now this one, the moment she got pregnant, they discovered that she was pregnant. Put out. Getting proper solid treatment. That. So will that person be worrying about antenatal, worrying about delivery, worrying about baby food? But now today, an average Nigerian lady who is pregnant, your problem is, you're not thinking of the safety of the child. You're thinking of the food, pampers, all of those things. Get you depressed, get you worried. So you realize that if you find yourself in another climb, your life can just turn around. Because you are now in a working system. So, to be asking you to fast and pray over things that a system should do will be unfair. Because the thing is, the danger of that is that if you now find yourself in a working society, you will now think, what is the need of prayer and fasting? You get what I'm saying? So this part need to be taught believers, especially young people. So I see that we abuse religion in this part. We abuse religion. And it's very sad to see. So the first thing is, don't beat down yourself. You are doing so much. You are doing well. You are doing well. Nigerian youth are trying. They are hardworking. They are smart. They are diligent. You don't have to work this hard in another society, in another country. You don't have to. You don't have to work this hard. There are countries where, for instance, in South Korea, minimum wage, your minimum wage is 2 million naira a month. That's the minimum. If you work anywhere, the minimum they can pay you is 2 million naira by conversion to Nigerian currency. 2 million, minimum wage. That's the minimum. A cleaner, you will see somebody who cleans, all right? The person is a cleaner and drives brand new SUV. A cleaner, brand new SUV. The person will drive, park, SUV, clean. That's a society. It's not about prayer. That's not about fasting. The system where even those who may have, some challenges, maybe you lost your job and there is delay, there are social benefits. There's a system in place when we're coming, it has been in the news that beggars in Lagos have been taken and all that. It's been in the news. And at my two, we saw that they were not there today. Now, my family have observed me. And I have to tell my kids, I am very pragmatic in my operation. I don't give them money. It's not that I like to, but I believe in system. You know why I don't give them? I have to tell them today. I say, see the reason why I don't give to them. When you continue to give to them, you are building that system. More of them will not be coming that this thing is working. And this is not how to help the poor. There should be a social system for the poor in society. Not like you have people like on the streets everywhere. This is a dysfunctional society, for God's sake. A country should take care of the vulnerable. Children, elderly, and those who are disadvantaged at any point in time. There should be a system to take care of them. There are countries in this world, if you lose your job, you are out of job, you'll be getting certain benefits, certain amount of money as you have, because you just lost your job. And that amount is more than what some level 17 people are collecting for working in Nigeria. You'll be getting that benefit until you get another job. So largely the cause of depression for many young people in Nigeria is systemic failure. And this is why young people, please rise up. Fight for your destiny. This thing, politics, election, is not a joke. It's about your life and that of your future and your children. Fight. Don't be casual. Don't say they know. It's your life they are toiling with. It's your life, your welfare they are messing up with. Fight. As in physically do everything. Fight for your survival. Because they have secured good life for their children. And then they are destroying the life. They are destroying, society for everybody. So please, it's important you bear that. So that you don't overbeat yourself. You are in a failed society. And this is what is stressing you out, is eating you. For instance, depression. Do you know that as simple as the lack of power can cause depression? Is that not? No light. What's everywhere just dark? No generator. Okay, you have generator. Go and buy fuel. Look at the things you are thinking. This thing will not make you think. Will not make you. You can't function as a human being should function. In this age, you get up, no light. To even say you want to rest, you have gone to work from morning to even rest and get cool and no light. Then to get fuel, you think of the cost of fuel. Just a mad place. So if anybody is telling you to pray and fast, they are not telling you the truth. This is not something you feast with fasting and prayer. It's a systemic failure. So you're in the house, everywhere is dark. Would that not cause depression? The clothes you want to wear tomorrow is not iron. The thing of if you go there, they will shout on you that you came late. A lot of things that is just getting into your mind. So please understand it. Understand it. That systemic failure is the primary cause of your stress. It's a primary cause of your struggle. Don't deny this fact. Don't let anybody make you deny it. But having said that, while we are fighting and pushing to have a better society, the secret of sanity for the believer is to keep your mind stayed on the Lord. Keep your mind stayed on the Lord, and He will keep you in perfect peace. So that's what we. So where a system should fix, we shouldn't try to use fasting and prayer to augment it. No, we shouldn't. We should not use fasting and prayer to augment something that a system should fix. Fasting and prayer should majorly be about advancing our spirituality, advancing our life, getting our spirit position to understand God's purpose, to push divine agenda on the earth, not to kind of solve systemic failure, or not to use fasting and prayer to solve systemic failures. It's an abuse of religion. And this is why we have our prayer houses filled up All right? Filled up. People are praying and fasting over things that government should fix. And then we are not seeing the kind of progress that we should see. So religion is like a business in Nigeria. We have turned religion to business. I am a pastor, but I know this thing and it's hurting me. Religion seems to be the only business. And it's because of the poverty. It's because of the ignorance of the masses. And there are those who are exploiting and using people. Because the system is bad. I don't want to overstretch this, so let's take other questions. Hope that is suiting enough. So please, brother, say I'm doing well. You are doing well, brother. You are doing well. The cost of to rent a house now, to marry, to rent a house, you think of that, to buy gadget, to buy stuff. How much is the salary? Oh, you are not lazy at all. You are not. You are doing well. So let's comfort ourselves in that, to keep our minds with the Lord. Please, let's get this rolling. Okay, why do they allow people mock other victims in serious cases? And they call it testimony. Like when they enter a church, kidnap people, then whoever gets to escape it will be given a testimony instead of all pastors coming out to look for. Thank you. This is an intelligent question. This is so powerful. I shared this some time ago here. And I even mentioned the name of a church. That these things should not be done. They should not be used to kind of promote our grace. One man of God said, any kidnapper that kidnap members of my church, they cannot. I'm like, what kind of Christianity is this one? So now, to give the members a kind of a special sense of exemption, right? If you're a member, as long as you're a member of this my church now, of this our church, kidnapper cannot kidnap you. As though belonging to a denomination now exempt you from the failure of the system. And as long as we have such arrogance, such carnality displayed, people who are supposed to now hold government responsible will now be banking on anointing. Will be banking on covering, prophetic covering against systemic failure. So when that guy came to that church, I saw it and he said that they kidnapped him and this and that. The kidnapper then asked him, where did they pick this person from? He now said in front of the church. And then I said, the person now warned them, have I not told you not to go and pick from that zone and all that? And you people are now shouting. I said, as good as this is, these are not things to share. It's not. Because there's a way to not be encouraging foolishness. And then you see the pastor of the church who even use it as a publicity testimony. You know, very backward stuff that we do. And so now, the Christians who now die in the custody, what do you say about them? There was one lady who came to our church for the first time 2 weeks ago. I had it very tough with her. You know, every first time I had the opportunity to have a one-on-one with me, it's always, Pastor, pray for me, this and that. But this one came to, and you know, of course, I'm a very open person, to interrogate my teaching. You know, I was very blunt that, and this is what she came to. It's a very annoying stuff. That I said, you know, that pastors have been kidnapped and killed, pastor wife, children, and several of them. And she said, how am I sure that those are truly pastors? And that's what she told me. That these kidnapped children who are kidnapped, that she believed that it is prayer that will deliver them. It is prayer they need to rescue them. The same thing that foolish one that sings said. I was like, what kind of Christians are we raising in this country? He said it is prayer that they need. I said, really? So those ones who have died, they are not Christians. They may say because it's not possible that a kidnapper should be able to kill a child of God. Oh, more. I was furious. So I told her, I said, you are going to pray to deliver those children. No? She said I should give her 3 days so that she will not come back. I would have asked her, have you delivered them with your prayer now? Foolish Christians. So you see, when people give such testimonies, it's spiteful. So what are you now saying about those who have died? Who died? What are you saying? So these things are, and the more we share these things, the more some pastors share it to kind of promote their ministry, promote that they have certain grace, certain covering, the more people accommodate the madness. So when you should go and demand for the people that God instituted to actually cover you, protect you, you will leave them. And you'll be going for oil, you'll be going for anointing, you'll be going for water. Abuse of religion. So it is sad that some Christian leaders are not balancing the scripture. And we have raised some Christians who are zombies, who are deceived, who are very gullible, who are abusing spiritual realities. Imagine that one said this prayer that they are doing, security people, they are trying their best. The president is trying, and they are working. That it is prayer. We should pray more. If I suppose I saw her, just slap her, shut up. You know, there are people who are just, some of them just have fame. They are just, very, very shallow. Very, very shallow. Things you will not hear from believers in other clime. You'll be seeing it here. So it is sad. Pastors who are supposed to, tell people the whole truth, they be telling you to fast and pray for, protection from things that government or system should fail. So you are right. They are not worldly stuff that we should be promoting. Those kind of deliverance are not things we should be promoting. There are always exemptions, all right? There are always exemptions. But the exemptions should not become the norm. Do you understand me? We should not try to live by, for instance, the Christian is not supposed to live by miracle. Don't try to make the exemption the norm. That's the problem we have in this part of the world, and it's hurting. Let's keep our questions coming, please. Sister Anna. Please, those of you online, if you're sending a voice question, kindly send it to Brother Prosper and to be played out.
Good evening, church.
Good evening, darling.
Pastor, good evening, sir. Thank you for this awesome privilege. All right. Pastor, this word people used to say, that the world is not balanced, the life no balance. I don't used to say it, you understand? In fact, when people say it around me, I tell them that the life is balanced, but it is the politicians, people ruling this Nigeria that are not balanced. I don't used to say, I don't believe in that. But our Lord, they complain so many things. In fact, it spoke the mind of some persons, youth. But Pastor, sir, you will still see the opposition, some other believers in Christ, they are soaring higher. You understand? Things is actually working for them. They are good to go. You understand? Is it that we should say that these people that things are really working for, they are doing very well, or they are doing some things that these other ones that are complaining are not doing? Or should we not believe the fact that the life is not balanced? Thank you, sir.
Thank you so very much. Again, the word balance is very important. In my teaching about the 4 factors that affect the Christian's welfare, I talked about personal responsibility. Remember that? Now, what I'm trying to do here is not to downplay systemic or the place of system. That's what I'm trying to avoid. In every society, every failed society, you will see some persons who thrive regardless. Now, their secrets to thriving may not even be godly. All right? So that's why I don't want to bring about those Christians, this and that. There are people, for instance, now who are reaping from the failure of this government. Let's say kidnappers now. Are kidnappers not thriving? The people who are in charge of this, they are young people. So you see them buy iPhone, buying cars, doing stuff. Now, to you may say, but these people are making it. How are they making it? There are those who are actually working with the government, who are working with politicians, who are getting the money, the loot, right? And so they may be thriving. You say, but others are thriving. How are they thriving? Are they doing legitimate work? Are they rendering services? Are they doing things well? So there are questions you need to ask. Again, we are not saying that people cannot thrive or there are people who are not thriving. We have. I mentioned in our church, and I said I was very careful. I don't even want to, there are testimonies I don't want to be blowing. So that people can really sit up and make demands. All right? You will see in every society, no matter how bad things are, those who are excelling still. Do you understand me? I believe that. I teach that. And we enjoy that. When there is a casting down, some will say lifting has come. There is a God who makes a difference between those who serve him and those who do not. But this is not again to deny the role of government, of a system. Those who are thriving, they will thrive better in a working system. Do you understand me? The drive for genuine believers, all right, same people, should not just be about your personal success. You should be thinking of overall well-being of the society. A Christian should not be selfish. Do you know that no matter the exemption you enjoy in Nigeria, you are still a victim of the failure of Nigeria. I said this in my teaching. You will still drive on the bad road. You will still live in fear of kidnappers. Is that not? Even if you are making the money and all that, you are able to buy things. One of our brothers, a member of this house, who is not in Lagos. Yesterday I needed to shop. I said, my wife asked me, how far have I talked? I said, how are you doing? He's one of these terrorized states now. He has his own house. But now he's going to move. I asked him to move out. He said he's been looking for a house. He's going to abandon his own house and look for a rented house. Go and rent house in. I told him, look for an army barrack or an estate that is secure. Now, he may be thriving in business, but because of the society, the state you find yourself, you will not leave the house you built and go and be living, go and rent a house. So you cannot escape a failed system. You can't. No matter how big you are. The younger sister of the former minister of power was just kidnapped yesterday with the two sisters. So what will you do? It will affect you. It's either it come to you personally or those who are connected to you. One way or the other, it will affect you. So when pastors and Christians are making, though these are reality, but let's not make the reality, let's not make the exemptions the norm. Do you get my point? When people are saying that life is no balance, we don't speak negative as believers, all right? But people have the right to say they are not doing well. We should not deny people the right to state the fact. The fact should be stated, but the just shall live by faith. Do you understand the principle now? So just allow people have the right to complain, to state the fact, but then let them know that your life cannot be totally, be at the mercy of these things. There is another principle that can actually support you. Do you understand? So that's the thing. Yes, let's
yeah, evening, sir.
Evening, sir.
All right. Regards to what you said last, a lot of them who are actually excelling, like Pastor said, it's a personal success that doesn't really guarantee them success for tomorrow, because you're living in an environment, a place where you are the only person who is successful. So they may be successful, they may have money, they can eat, they can pay their house rent, but are they really successful? You know, as I am, there was a time that it just dawned on me that I should stop my children from taking their school bus. Just dawned on me for 1 week. No, I wasn't afraid. I knew, just dawned on me that something bad will happen to them.
Please, can you reduce the mic so
bring it down a bit. So even though I have the money of paying
school bus,
I'm still afraid as every other normal person are. You understand? So what is the need for the success when I'm not even can't even enjoy it? What's the need for it? You understand? There's no need. Now, back to what Olabode said about struggling and all that. Everybody they struggle, seriously. Yeah, even those who have money are struggling. I won't lie you. Everybody. This is a planned work. They planned it very well. So if you are comfortable, you can now think of other important things to fight for. It's a mind game. If there is constant light, you cannot think of other things that you need. The need of human is insatiable. So as long as there is good things that will make you achieve your dreams easily, then you can fight for bigger things. So in order to keep you there, it's a plan work to make
keep
you
in survival
there,
zone.
so that you remain there. It's what they have planned. You understand? Now, many years ago, when Commentator was still alive, was the CEO of Flower Army. Flower Army had over 10,000 workers around Nigeria only as at that time. You understand? Other mills were not as big as flour mills. Flour mill. That's why it's named Nigeria Flour Mill PSC, because they are the first in Nigeria, the biggest in Nigeria. Was named after them. They now subname it Golden Penny for their products. You understand? So as at that time, they had what's it called? The shareholders. There's the name they call them board. They have board where the company is PLC. Now, those boards are the ones they head different region. They head different region. So everybody was paid directly from flour mills. You understand? So you are a staff. That's why they have staff like that those days. But you see, these boards, these men, they are paying them $1. These men, we paying the workers, the staff, peanuts, looting the money. So it's a planned work, looting the money. Now, the money that was supposed to be given to, let's say our fathers those days, we weren't given to them. So when the man, the Diacrometron, died, his son, John, became the MD of the company. He now said that the money that my father has been giving to these workers, thousands of workers, Nigerians, those days, he now said that this money is not, that people are complaining that it's not getting to them. So he said that he's going to fire the board. They sued him. They have the right because it's PLC. It's not limited. It doesn't have that power. They took him to court. He won. Appealed. He won. Now the flour mill is no more flour. It's not flour mill Nigeria person. It's not flour mill Nigeria Limited. He's running his company by himself. Now, in order for him to keep it for the money to circulate the way he wants it, the only thing he could do wasn't the best, but that's the only choice, was to contract every department. Every department. That's why flour mill is run by contractors now, which is not the best, but that's the only way he could. So me now, that I'm a contractor, do you think I'm happy where there is no equality in the share of the money? I better have me receiving 500,000 naira every month, where I know the whole Nigerians are okay, than me receiving millions. I'm being honest with you. That is me. And that's why I'm striving. I'm thinking that someday I may not be a president, but I'll be Minister of Works, where I will change these things. Companies need to go back to where you just have few expatriates and you have people. These things are planned work. Our lawmakers know that if Nigerians are okay, they can stand up for their right. That's why I like what Pastor said. Stand up and fight for yourself. This is your life. If you keep as I am, I have a picture there of 2020 NSAS. I still there that I went for NSAS. I did. As a papa here, we did our own as a papa here. All around Papa went for NSAS. Here at Papa, there was police member. My wife wasn't even aware. I still have the picture here. It's still here. I did. Now, I may not be able to go to that one at Lekki, but I did in my own little quarter. And I prayed. I make videos. Go online. You can see. Go online 2020. I make several videos from my backyard. Like even my elder brother was saying, David, be careful that I should off my notification. So while I prayed, I lift up the hands of Moses, and I do like a Sambalam and Torayam, I still did I have my PVC. So what pastor is saying, guys, these people are ready to crush us. It's beyond religion now. As soon as they know that everybody is okay, you now need better things that they think they can't give you. You understand? So
Thank you. Thank you. Let's keep it coming. I want us to onboard him.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
I want to ask a question concerning a broadcast. Because also the kidnappers, bandits, they are also a victim of Nigeria, especially in the north. Maybe some of them, they go with a very bad kind of life, and some of them, they have to struggle themselves. So I'm not saying that is a legitimate reason to kidnap, but I'm saying for people that go through such life, what can they do? Because the way people react to pain is quite different. Some people see pain and be like, I don't want to become this. And some people, pain transform them to be a villain.
All right. Thank you. Now, the situation we're dealing with is a bit complex, all right? But it's not insoluble. Now, the people who have become kidnappers and terrorists today, like you said, they are victims of a failed country, out of school children. Any society where you have out of school children is a time bomb. This uneducated mind is a ticking time bomb. Jonathan wanted to eliminate it in the north. Governors stood against it. Because the more illiterate, the more unlearned they are, the more the easy for them to control and manipulate them. Look at what happened now here in Ibadan. Several has been happening in the north, right? Did you see protests? The reason why there is protest is because in the south, we are more educated, right? We don't take that kind of nonsense. Here we are more, because we are more educated, more civilized thinkers. So you see that all over the state they are rising up. But it has been happening there, and they did nothing. Because it is the advantage of their political leaders for them to be uneducated, so that they can control them. So that's one. Now, the second part is that some of these kidnappers were brought in by this present government, as in the present party. They wanted to unseat Jonathan by all means, so they imported some of these mercenaries. And when Jonathan knew their plan, that they wanted to cause mayhem, he relinquished power. He said, my ambition is not worth the blood of any Nigerian. I don't want war. I don't want this. Because they already positioned these guys in the forest. So he left power for them. So now, the people you have brought from Chad, from different, African countries, they remain in your forest. So now there's opportunity for them to make money. Since the government did not use or not pay us, that's like kidnapping Nigerians. So we have the out-of-school children who grew up to become terrorists, and then they also imported ones. And of course, there are also some people here in the South who are also doing it as business. We had Evan the kidnapper before. We have them who are also seeing that's a lucrative business. They are seed of the devil. They're everywhere. All right, so it's a systemic thing again. But all of these I've said is not beyond government. I'm telling you, any government that have the willpower can solve this problem in 1 month. I made a recommendation on X yesterday of 5 things I believe if the president should just do it, things will begin to turn around. It's something they can do. Something they can do. So, they just don't want to do the right thing. You heard a clip of Babadebo. He said that the past president, he went to him, he told him what to do. 3 months. He said, but he was surprised after the 3 months. But I told you this to do now. You didn't do it. You didn't follow through. So they know what to do. Until people rise up and start to kill them, fight. It's not a joke. Oh. I am not, when I mean kill now, please, I'm not advocating violence. And I'm saying that people need to stand up. So because some religious leaders are not stating this fact, that's why things you should hold them accountable for, you are disturbing God about. So let's keep the questions coming, please. Let's keep it coming. So while I wait for those of us who are going to talk here or online, let me quickly state something. When you are praying for a country, you need to understand that the dynamics that was present in the Bible, especially in the old, is not what is present now. The way God interfered and intervened for Israel, do not expect such intervention. Now, it is this ignorance that is affecting many Christians in Nigeria. Or that is that says you should pray. For goodness sake, Israel was on theocracy. Israel practiced a government under God. Right? Israel was a government under God. This is not a government under God. Nigeria is democracy. Listen, God has no right to do anything in Nigeria. All this prayer, the judgment of God should follow kidnapper. God like, does it concern me? How? How will I judge them for what? As who? Nigeria is not a country under God. The heavens, even the heavens is the Lord, but the earth he has given to the sons of men. He sent forth his spirit, he created them and he renewed the face of the earth. So there are some prayers we make, some pronouncements and decree that even pastor, they are vain. Bible says we should not be making vain prayers. Stop making vain prayers. There are prayers we make for our country. Please understand me, I will get you to enlighten. But many of the prayers we have been making for years, and this is not getting people worried. How come we have been praying for years and nothing is working? Because we have been making vain prayers. And God cannot be mocked. You can't be making vain and foolish prayers and expect God to work. The heaven is the Lord. He has given the earth to the sons of men. This is why you have countries where they don't pray, and yet they are better organized. There is security, there is prosperity, because they understand the system. God holds the heaven. We are in charge of the earth. But you see here, no, we say, no. God, come and do our earth. God, come down. God, look. God, where's your face? God, where's your eye? We are very religious, but godless. Not be crying over things that he has given us the capacity to solve. And that's why we are becoming more foolish. Some of these prayers make us more foolish, more dumb. Honestly, it's not making us use our brain. Because there are things he has said, you guys should fix it, solve it. We're not being saying, God, come and deliver the children who are kidnapped. God should come and do what? Like, he should send a fire. You not say, like you did this is not theocracy. You people elect governor. You elect councillor. You appointed chief of staff. You appointed this and that. So you not say, okay, I should override all of them. As in override your will, override your choice. These are foolish prayers people are making. So let's understand that Nigeria is democracy. It's a system where you are the one that elects your leaders. Israel practiced at the time, even the present Israel, are they praying for their security? Talk to me now. The present Israel, are they praying for their security? They have all kinds of, they have the best intelligence in the world, as small as they are. If this present government is serious, one of the things I recommend is that hire mercenaries. If our military is already compromised, what do? Israel, they have mercenaries. South Africa have mercenaries. Hire them. Jonathan did before they moved him out. They were wiping them out. Pay them some few millions of dollars. Give them a deadline. They will get in. They have the technology. They will get into it and flush them out. If your military is already compromised, hire mercenaries. Israel does not. You don't see the way Israel was killing them in Hamas? You will just, your phone will just detonate. You just bomb your phone will bomb you. They're not praying to God now. They say if you say that they should have mercy, say no, my job is to send you to the God who will show you mercy. That's what Benjamin will tell you. You have beeper. When they knew that Israel could use phone to kill them, they stopped using phone. They were not using beeper. Still, the beeper became a bomb. As long as you have anything that can receive sensor, if it is like this mic, you don't know those people. See my laptop. You see this place. This is the webcam. I have to put tape. As long as you are using phone, you are using these things, they are seeing you. They are seeing you. CIA, they are seeing you. You are not hidden. But these ones here, they are just so that if you don't have the tech, hire those who have the tech. They can track them. People are using phone to demand for ransom. Phone, they will call, demand for ransom. Try that anywhere in a civilized country. You call like this, the moment the phone ring, they track, they know where you are. But here they will call, they will be calling, be negotiating ransom. And they will tell you that they cannot track them. Is it not a foolish thing to say in 2026? But if I insult the president now, they'll trace me and track me. Ebenezer, no, this place. If I leave, even if I off my phone, they will track me to where I am. Very foolish people. So you say we should be praying for them. So we now gather and say we are doing VG, we are praying for deliverance, we are praying. Foolish prayers. Get the mercenary, they will flush them out. That's why you see Israel surrounded by enemy, they are killing them all over. They are not praying, they are not saying, God, come on. No, they know this. They pray, they are devoted. But they don't make foolish and vain prayers. We are making vain prayers. Our leaders are making vain decrees. And I decree that the next 30 days, all the sponsors of terrorists in Nigeria, and we're making a decree for many years, nothing is coming to pass. So people are now laughing at us. Is it not time you now go back and say, okay, this thing I'm doing, this decree is not working. You are examining the Bible. You are not in theocracy. This is not like government under God where you are making decree. You have all kinds of religion. We are not submitted to God. It's not a nation under God. So you cannot say you are making decree that in the name, we decree this is the president. How? No, it's very irritating. Very, very irritating. So let's understand that you are practicing democracy. No, you are not a government under God. The prayer you are to make, this is the prayer we are recommended to make in the New Testament. It's a prayer for those who are in authority. All right? Let them have the sense to lead right. So that we can lead a peaceable and quiet life in all godliness. And then the believers, how do we change society? By being the true light. All right? That's why I taught the seventh spirit of God in January. You build capacity so that in your field you are shining the light of the kingdom. And as we now get involved in society, we get involved in government, That's how we change it. It's not by making prayer, this one should die. Let's stop abusing religion. Does God listen to joint prayer making unity for some intervention? Of course it does. But let's not turn what is meant to be an exemption to a norm. I will not fail to say that. Right now, many Christians are tired of praying for Nigeria. They're asking, how come it has not? Well, because we are not going back to check the Bible. Once you are doing something, it is defined that insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome. So if you are doing something and you are not seeing results, want to go back and check. Okay, maybe I'm reading this thing wrong. What does it say? And go back. Get things right. Developed society are not built by prayers. They are built by strategic thinking and planning. China and the rest of them. It's not true fasting and prayer that we're doing here. So we get people so religious but unproductive and godless. The most annoying, painful one for me are those who be saying they have seen vision. That the watchers have told them a certain person is the next president. And it's always the evil one that they are seeing. You not be asking yourself. So you will see vision that a demon, an incompetent person, evil-minded person, when the person now becomes, you now say we should be praying for the person. As in pray for the person to do exactly what? That the evil person, the bad person should not begin to do good. How? I don't get it. I don't understand the Christianity we're practicing here. We elect bad person, you support bad person, you will use vision and spirit to manipulate people to support a certain person. When evil now begin to happen, say we should be praying. Be praying for them. The Bible says we should be praying for our leaders. I think that's the only thing the Bible said we should do. Yes, let's talk some more. What about 10 minutes? I want you to onboard it. I want your heart to be free so that you can love the Lord, you can serve the Lord, your spirituality will not be disturbed and overwhelmed by the happening in the land. Any voice note from online worshipers? Okay. I have 10 more minutes. Let's onboard in. Okay, I want you to take down this text so to help you to discuss. Psalms 104, verse 30. Psalm 104:30. You send forth your spirit, they are created, and you renew the face of the earth. It is through those who are created that the face of the earth is renewed. So we should not expect God to come down from heaven and renew the earth for us. Let me get the other one I quoted now. So when you are praying for Nigeria now, make intelligent prayer. Stop making vain prayers. Psalms 115 verse 16. Psalms 115 verse 16. Even the heavens are what? Are the Lord's, but the earth He has given to the children of men. Even the heavens are the Lord's, but the earth He has given to the children of men. Let me share one more stuff that I saw. Nigerians who are abroad, they are mocking us. I tell you, they are mocking us. They are mocking Christians here. In Canada, a lot of, I've been seeing a lot of stuff that people are sharing. If a child goes missing in this local government now, maybe somehow you couldn't find your child and you report on your phone. You don't have to walk to a police station. Just report on your phone, emergency. The cloth, the location where the child was the last time you saw the child. Report it to the police. As this report is received and confirmed, everybody within this local government, everybody within the local government, your TV, your phone, your laptop will get what they call amber alert. If you are watching film, it will interrupt it. You get that signal. They will describe the child, where the child was last seen. So everybody within the local government knows that something has happened. They are on the lookout. They said it has never passed 2 hours. That every security address, never, I said has never exceeded 2 hours. So before you know it, everybody's on the alert. Where will the kidnapper go? Where will you run to? So these are things that you can do. Amber alert, everybody. But here we say they should. If your child goes missing, now what's the first thing you will do? You will not call police. Is that the GO you will call? Is that not? Let me call a man of God. Let me call a man of God. You know. So we now place men. Now use men. You know, where systems should feast, and that's why men of God are now like God over men. We now God is vigil will come and do. We'll now begin to do vigil. Where is the child? Oh Lord, show us. I am not saying that we cannot, that those things don't work. But we are now things that we are now turning what should be an exemption to a system. That's a problem. Everybody within minutes, a child is found. The kidnapper will be on the run. You can't, how will you escape? Your TV, they say your TV will start to blink. Your TV, your phone, your radio, anything that is tech, anything at all, start to get amber alert. So that's why you see such country, they are very secure. You can walk alone in the middle of the night from one day. They don't even have night. You are on the road. There is no fear of anything. You go out anytime. You come back anytime. There are places where they don't lock their door. But here now we build fence. We put barbed wire. Even if you have money in the midst of you can't enjoy it. Just like he said. How will you enjoy it? You build house. You put barbed wire. You put CCTV camera. See, we put burglary proof. My children go out like this. I'm tracking. What kind of life is this? It's very sad. Once they enter, where are you now? Have you entered bus? I bought the bus. I'm now at this bus stop. God. It's not life. This is not life. It's not life. It's not life. So I think it's better that sometimes we get to see what is happening on that place so that we can now stand up and fight.
So, sir,
Yeah.
so based on the last statement you made that it's not life. How are we going to live? You know, two things. This I know that we are in the south where the whole kidnapping thing has not gotten to it like it's
in the north.
as it is in the north. So how are we going to live? Like for me, what I did is that I just I went out of social media like Facebook, Instagram. I just shut myself off those things, deleted those things on my phone, and make sure I just live a very simple life and all that. You know, so how are we going to live? You know, not how are we going to manage ourselves this period where things like this are happening? We know that the government has failed. We know that there's nothing we can that we can pray where governments need to work. So how are we going to live? That's on the area of insecurity and all that. Now, on the area of needs, you know, like I said, I still feel like every other person. Just like you said about, I watch documentaries a lot. There are most countries, developed nations, that some of their states also are going through, they have people who are going through what Nigerians are going through, where they have, crackers everywhere, guys who are addicts everywhere. So these things are everywhere, but it's not as loud as here in Africa. You understand? Like just like my elder brother, to us, the laziest of us among the five boys, we know. In fact, he knows that he's the most laziest. Went to Turkey, not any top Europe country. In less than 3 years, he built a full house. In less than 3 years, He didn't even struggle. Like he did it without, as though it's nothing.
It's nothing.
And when he came back, he wasn't like my brother anymore. The way he talks, he sees me like somebody who is always on a rush. Like, what did they do? Why they shake like this? You guys know me. To him, why are you in a haste like this? Like I want to hustle him.
See, they push you.
You know, I say, why you talk like that? I say, on a they rush for this country. You understand? So I'm saying, how are we going to live? How are we going to maintain our sanity in the area of the needs and all that, and in the area of insecurity, so that we will live a balanced life?
Thank you. So let's start with the insecurity. Now, it's good to avoid social media. It's good to do that. But listen, we cannot say that we are shielding ourselves from this. All right? There is this proverb that says that if your neighbor's house is on fire and you go to sleep, what have you done to yourself? You have endangered yourself. So you know that it's not well with the society. You say, well, you never touched me. No concern me.
Personally, like I watch everything. I go through a link where personally I am not on social media, but I see everything that goes on.
Good. Now, it's important. I understand you now better. Now, for personal peace, for personal sanity, this is something I've taught for many years. You don't start your day with the news. Never. You don't wake up in the morning, you pick up your phone and you are listening to news. You are reading news. You will just mess up your life. All right? Even if things are not as bad as it is now, you are never to start your day with news anywhere in the world. Because it's always bad news. Always. All over the world. So Bible says you are to guard your heart with all diligence. You protect your personal peace. All right? But we must not get to a point where we now feel unconcerned or we don't want to be bothered with what is happening in Nigeria. You have to think strategically. As was it today or yesterday? We were just joking with my wife. I say, if things happen now, I say, I'll just thank God I'm along Lagos Badagry Expressway. I'll just carry, it's my, not me. So I'll just throw these three to, I say, thank God that David Augustine is not in Nigeria. He's a citizen of Togo. I just said, just let me put these ones for Togo for now. Honestly, I'm just being honest with you. You see, the reason why some of these guys there, they are not bothered. If something happened now, they fly their entire family out of Nigeria. Some of them have another passport. You've heard Pastor Paul Adefarasi. This is somebody who is born into wealth. As in born into wealth. The father was very wealthy. And he came out. This is not the first time he said this country is gone. He said it. That's somebody who is in billions. He said Nigeria is gone. You think the children are here? If it goes beyond now, pam, they have dual citizenship. A citizen of America, and then UK, pam, they are gone. So, if things continue like this, let me be very, very honest with you. I'm not a pastor who will lie to you. If you have an escape plan, use it. Do you understand me? Even in the preaching of the gospel, Jesus said, if you preach here and they reject you, he said, dust your feet, go another place. If you can't escape, if the Lord beats you, some of us, God is saying, dwell here, dwell here. Do you understand? So I'm not praying to leave now. I'm not praying to live here. It's for me. But there are some persons that if you have the escape plan, brother, go. Take your children, go and stay in the same place. Maybe until when things are not normalized, you can come back. That's about it. But for personal inner peace, you must guard that. Even in the midst of war, you must guard your inner peace by keeping your mind stayed on the Lord. You stop your children from using the school bus, right? That's awareness, security awareness, or a light that just came. That's being proactive, just for now. I don't know why I'm doing it. I just want to do it. That's guarding your personal space because you'll be responsible for them, right? So that's about that. Then secondly about welfare. What do we do in the midst of this? This is where we need divine wisdom in navigating through life. Now, this is where personal prayer now comes in. God is aware that you are in a mad society. Right? He knows that you are in a crazy environment. And this is why, listen, let me share this with you now. And sometimes when this is not clearly explained, you will think that certain directive that the Holy Spirit gives or some leading the pastor gives that is controlling. You see, the leading of God sometimes are territory bound. All right? Are you with me? They are territory sensitive. Now, because God knows you are in this climb, you are in this kind of environment, and He wants you to thrive, so there are certain things He will tell you to activate. Not because that is the general thing that must always be done, but because of your peculiar situation. When He asks Elijah to go to the brook, is the brook or is the raven the normal system of enjoying provision? But because of the prevailing famine, there was that peculiar instruction. Is that not? So sometimes when the Lord tells you to do certain things, like you said, give and sow seed, sowing of seed is not the way to wealth. But because of the peculiarity of your situation, He may tell you to do certain things. Do you understand? Where I have problem is people now abusing such stuff. If God is not leading you to do it, you may not. But because He knows you are in a tough, a spiritual environment, a place that is very charged, and He wants you to thrive. So there are things you will do that may not be a norm. If He now moves you to Canada, that may not be something to practice. He may give you another instruction to follow. Do you understand? So let's be very wise. So in a situation like this, we have to be very wise. Develop common sense, normal wisdom, normal, common sense, and also spiritual sense, spiritual wisdom, so that in the midst of the chaos, we can thrive and be all that He wants us to be. And this is why for us, it is a year of new heights by the Spirit. In the midst of the chaos, we partner with the Holy Ghost, and it will bring us to a new experience. Glory be to Jesus. Let's end it tonight. I believe you are lighter now. Hallelujah. We're lighter now. Let's bless the name of the Lord, who teaches our hand to war, our light in this world, our sanity, our light in this world, our sanity, our peace, our shield. Come on, let's bless the name of the Lord. Thank you, our Father. Thank you, our Lord. Thank you, our light. Thank you, our peace.